Hey everybody, this is Cromar with TGN. I'm here today to bring you some more Rift coverage. This footage is from the Beta 6 event, and this is a first look at Realm of the Fae. This is a 5-man dungeon, the first 5-man dungeon for Guardians in Silverwood. Recommended level here is about 17, but at least that's what it is listed at. But I'd recommend going a little higher just to be safe, since nobody has any gear really, and you know, people are still learning. So in the beginning of the game, I would probably go to 18 at least. But anyway, as you see here, I'm healing. I'm playing a Cleric. I'm playing a Sentinel. Purifier, Warden is my combination. I have points in... most of my points, of course, are in Sentinel, but I have a handful of points in Warden, my extra points. And this is a pretty balanced healing spec that covers all 3 of the healing trees for Cleric. The Sentinel is kind of a jack-of-all-trades healer. You get a bunch of different kinds of heals, including instant cast, normal cast, AoE, and so on. Inquisitor gives you shielding, as well as something else that it gives me that I forgot what it was. And Warden gives me a heal over time. So combine those two and you have a pretty robust healer, kind of like a WoW priest. I mainly decided to heal this instance because, honestly, there was somebody spamming and they were trying to find a healer and no one was responding. So I said, oh, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. I went in at level 16. I dinged 17. I would recommend probably waiting till 18 though, because I did struggle a bit. The warrior tanking here seemed to know what he was doing, but he was taking lots and lots of damage. He was 17, he dinged 18, but even at 18 he was still taking tons and tons and tons of damage. And I think that you probably want to start out at minimum 18, probably higher, if you want to tank this, and get geared up, get lots of health, get lots of armor, and so on and so forth, because the mobs do hit pretty hard. It was actually kind of difficult in terms of the amount of damage coming in on the tank. For such a low-level instance, is very surprising. Now, you'll find out as you watch here that I had no problems with mana whatsoever. I was spamming constantly. I think I literally only ran out of mana one time, and it was because we were chain pulling, and I wasted mana casting the AoE heal, because the AoE heal for Sentinel costs a crap load of mana. It costs like 5 or 6 times as much as a normal heal, so it's not something you want to use really at all. We actually had a Bard in the group, and the Bard, Cadence, when talented, will heal the whole group as well. So that really meant that my AoE was not necessary. So anyway, about this dungeon, it's full of Fae, life creatures and whatnot. There's a whole bunch of quests in Silverwood for the Guardians to kill named enemies here, and to click on some objects on the ground. That's about it. The instance is pretty cool in design. It's linear, of course, but it's like open. It feels like you're outdoors, and you kind of move around these hedge mazes or whatever. And as you progress through the instance, the surroundings change. Like, it changes from different seasons, like summer or spring, I think it starts out, or whatever, and fall and winter. It's pretty cool. And near the top of the mountain, you'll see it just turns into like a frozen snow mountain or whatever. And at the end, you fight like an avatar of summer or something like that. I don't know. So it's all about seasons. That makes sense. Life, whatever. But anyway, so the tank spec here was Paladin Reaver. I'm not sure what his third one was. We also have another Cleric who is, I think, Kabbalist, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he's Kabbalist. Then we have a Bard, and then we have a Mage who is Elementalist and something else. I really wasn't paying too much attention to what the Mage was doing. So I'm going to skip straight ahead to the first boss, which is this Trickster Mela or whatever, and these 2 fairies that, one's a healer, the one on the right's a healer. And we actually wiped on this boss the first time. So what we did, because look how much damage the tank is taking. It's like, oh my god. So what we did was we actually had the other Cleric switch to the healing roll. They have a healing roll that's pretty much identical to mine. And we both just spammed on the tank like crazy, since mana wasn't a problem. It was just throughput was the problem that caused him to die the first time. The other thing is that the remaining DPS, the Mage and the Bard, are focusing on the green fairy on the right, which is the healer. So there we go. And once that healer's down, at that point the fight's pretty much over. You can just go ahead and finish off the other ad and then the boss. Now the tank continues to take some damage, but it wasn't like before. I think that the healer one also, I don't know, probably buffs him. I wasn't exactly sure. We all kind of went into this blind and just try to figure out things as we went. Oh, there we go. I got polymorphed. Cottontail turned into a rabbit. So it was really good that we have the second healer there, because if I was solo healing that, barely keeping him up, then he probably would have died when I got polyed. Not sure what to do about that except to be a higher level. Check out my experience, by the way. If you rewind, I was like just under half, I think, at the start of the dungeon. So, yeah, quite a bit of experience from here. I don't know why I hit my map hotkey. But anyway, with the ads down, he gets pretty easy. He just has a lot of health. So you see him contributing some of my Sentinel damage there. Sentinels have 3 attack spells. An instant cast that does just straight damage on a cooldown. An instant cast dot, and then a cast bar, light bolt or whatever. But yeah, now he's getting easy to heal. I noticed my mana, I mean, I've been spamming like crazy. Both offense and, and healing spells, and just not losing any mana. Wow, he's really getting torn up now. Oh, and there's a poly. Horrible time to get polymorphed. Yeah, the tank goes down. But we still got him. He's almost dead, and the Earth Elemental can handle him. But I couldn't do much about that one. You saw I was spamming and then got poly at the wrong time. So watch out for that. There's a loot if you are concerned about that. Pretty nice item. I rolled knee, but I didn't win it. Would have been a huge upgrade, but oh well. The other cleric got it. So this is the second boss fight. This big lizard thing. I forgot what these things are called, but I've seen them in the life invasions elsewhere. But anyway, so this guy was a lot easier than the first boss. As you can see, I'm solo healing, it looks like, and Happy End, our other cleric, is contributing DPS. You saw his channeled ability just a moment ago. So I'm solo healing, and the damage is much less intense in the tank. Although there's still some damage. Don't get me wrong, but it's a little more manageable just by constant healing spam. Yeah, this boss is pretty simple. Now he drops some bad stuff on the ground, but it doesn't actually do damage. I really did not want to stop spamming, and I noticed that I wasn't actually taking damage from this thing, so I figured, screw it. And eventually, once I felt a little more confident, I was like, okay, fine, I'll move out of it. But all it does is slow you down. And at this point, though, I mean, this is pretty well in hand. I think that was the mage that does the big fire explosion on him every now and then. So anyway, yeah, there's the cleric casting his little Kabbalist beam. It's called like Decay or something like that. But anyway, yeah, real simple tank and spank, nothing to it. And there's your loot, some plate. Third boss coming up. I'm gonna stop talking and let you listen to him for a minute.
It seems we have guests, lads. Come, wanderers, and join us for some mead. We have a fresh brew arriving shortly.
But Atrophinius, these interlopers seek to harm Lord Twill.
Then let us toast to Twill's demise. That frosty fop has ruled our court too long. Now, where's that new keg?
Master, the mead is not coming. While you dozed, these vandals butchered our best brewers and exterminated our prize vespids.
What? I would have you as guests, and you desecrate my mead garden? Pull the wings from every wanton pixie, skin every slimy bogling in the marsh, but do not interfere with my revelry. You will pay for this insult.
Nice voice acting there. Anyway, so this is the third boss, Battlemaster, whatever, and he's the third. You have the quest. If you look on my quest tracker on the right, you can see I have all four bosses rather. There's a quest for each one. But anyway, so this guy, he charges these people, but the damage he does when he charges is really poor. I'm not even worried about it. The Bard's AoE healing will take care of it. I'm mostly concerned about the tank, of course. He does have these two ads here, and I think we decided to kill the ads before killing the boss here in a second. But wow, that was close. He just took a lot of damage. Anyway, so killing these ads definitely helped, though. I think at one point some of the group members started taking damage from the ads. As you can see, that lackey right there just started attacking me, and I actually pulled threat from healing. But anyway, so if you saw that charge right there, it just hit the cleric. But now the cleric has some kind of dot. I forgot about that part, so I had to actually heal him up. Didn't see what that dot does. If it's something how serious it was, but it, I just noticed that his health's getting low, and I was like, wow, a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, so the boss went down easy, and yeah, he died really fast. He did not have much health, and there's your loot. I decided to pass on this wand because it has higher intellect than wisdom, and intellect is the primary stat for mages, so I passed on it for the mage. So on to the final boss, or the final little sequence here. Yes, we're on top of a mountain on the snow. This is the snow area. I mentioned that you go from different seasons. Like it started out in spring, and then the last two bosses were in fall, and this guy is winter, and now we're fighting the Avatar Summer in the winter zone. Whatever. Oh, this is funny. The pet pulls aggro. It says can't PvP while invulnerable to PvP. Basically, because I'm in this zone, I can't heal the pet. That's what it's telling me. You can only heal the pet in PvP, which is kind of weird. But fortunately, he pulled him back before he died. But anyway, and these guys, after you kill the Avatar of Summer, these guys pop out, and these are nothing. These are like you just AoE these guys down. They don't seem to be doing any damage at all. What tiny amount of damage they're doing seems to be being healed by the Bard automatically, just passively. So it's not a problem. Finally. So, round 3. Who do we have here? I think this is the guy. Nope, we got this Trent first. Avatar of Spring. You fight a whole bunch of these Trents when you get onto the mountain, and they're not too hard. The regular ones aren't. This guy seems pretty much a pushover as well. I am finally spending a little bit of mana. Not that much. Those little nectar seekers or whatever are more AoE packs. You fight a bunch of them throughout the instance. They're, I think, non-elites, and they're like nothing. They just go straight down. There we go. Fey Lord Twill. This is the last boss. Finally. I picked up for the pet. Picked up on the pet again. That's how he killed it. That's too bad I couldn't heal the pet. The pet held aggro really well. But anyway, this boss is a pushover. Just don't stand in the green arrow stuff, please. It really messes you up. I was just spamming heals in the tank. I wasn't really watching anybody else's health because really they shouldn't be taking damage. They shouldn't be getting hit by that thing. So I think somebody winds up dying. Can't remember. Yeah, I was rooted for a minute too. I'm also trying to get into a better position. I want to stay away from everybody because of that moving AoE. It's just hard to do anything with the tank taking so much damage. And my mana's getting low too. Don't get hit. That's close. Yep, somebody dropped dead, but sorry, I'm a little busy. Yeah, of course someone complains in party chat about the healing. So, I'm running out of mana, so I started to try to use a mana potion, and it wouldn't work. I don't know if you can't use them during boss fights. Like, I'm just clicking it like mad. It's just not, it's not doing anything. It didn't work until after I got out of combat. Watch it. I see him spamming it, nothing happens, then it used it. So maybe you can't use it while you can't use a potion while it comes out. I don't know, that's just a theory. Maybe it was just buggy, I don't know. So there's a nice 200 axe, which of course I can't use. Naturally. There's one more thing left to do here after you finish the instance. There's a thing to click on for a quest and a little cutscene. So let's cut to that.
Enough! The crown of Twill shall not be destroyed. Finally, the crown belongs to me. I must thank Shyla for sending such capable lapdogs. Now the power belongs to me. None shall stand before my wrath. Since you've proven yourself capable of following orders, I'll let you live. Return to Shyla and tell her I have no further use for her, now that I have the power of Greenscale.
That guy is the major villain of Silverwood for Guardians. I guess the story is that He's like an elf leader, and he grabbed a bunch of elves, and he pulled them away from the Guardians to form their own faction, so that you could slaughter them for experience. That's pretty much what it is. But anyway, so that's it for Realm of the Fae. First look, not in depth by any means, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. This is Crowmar with TGN. Plenty more Rift